Alright guys, in this video, what I wanted to really explain is your entire sales process from beginning to start, the exact process I use to actually close high ticket clients. So again, I'm not saying I am the greatest door-to-door salesman. I'm not saying I'm the best retail or high ticket sales, but this is the exact process I use to actually scale. So the first things first, you need to understand when you're doing sales is understand that, first of all, if you guys don't know who Kenny Brooks is, I recommend you guys to go watch him on YouTube. He's the funniest salesman. Um, but you need to understand that 68% of customers stop buying from businesses because of the lack of interest and indifference of the seller. So you have to understand that the entire sales process has to do with the salesman, right? With his physical experience, it's really important to understand that appearance as a salesperson is essentially the one of the most important things of any sales process. The reason why is because for example, when I worked retail, you need to go approach people. You have to say, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, miss." If you don't look properly attired, if you're not in a polo or in a certain uniform, people are gonna say, "I don't want to buy off this person." Why? Because of his experience, his appearance. So your physical appearance, how you look, whether you have a fresh cut or not, you have to be ready for the job. You have to look above and beyond. You have to push, you have to exceed your limits. The sales process again is the entire salesman. You have to have belief in what you do. If you don't believe in the product and service that you sell, you will never close clients. The reason why I say this is because belief is the essential foundation of anything in any business. The reason why is you will act in accordance to how you think. You need to understand that. So there's a video that I saw 4 years ago, and it's been stuck into my mind every single day that I live. And it is, if you see women, if all you do is think about women, all you're going to do essentially is see women. So you have to be able to create belief inside your mind that yes, I can close high ticket clients. Yes, I can do X, Y, Z. So in order for you to actually, scale your sales process, scale your business, you have to believe in yourself. There's a video explaining that how your mind can do anything. You literally manifest what you think. So I'm gonna drop by the way, I'm gonna drop all this in the link in the description. So go ahead and check it out. So when you believe, you're preparing yourself for what's going to happen. You're preparing yourself for leads. You're preparing yourself to close whatever XYZ client. When you don't prepare, this is important because you can turn off your lead. You don't want to be on the sales call and then you need to get the payment link or whatever it is, and you're taking a minute to actually get things out. You're going to turn off your lead. Preparation is everything. Having softwares out that are needed, having your Stripe, your PayPal, whatever it is, having notes, having whatever it is out. When you do this, you can act better. Your entire sales process has a flow. So to anything in life, there's a system, there's a process. So you have to be able to build a process down. You have to be prepared in order for you to actually close high ticket clients. Because these people, if you're charging anywhere from 8 to 10 to 15 to 20K up front, these people are sophisticated. They're people who have experience in whatever industry it is, and you have to be able to match that. If you can't do something simple as prepare for a sales call, you're not going to be able to retain, manage high ticket paying clients. Your first impression is everything. Like I've said before, your physical appearance is everything, especially when you do retail sales, when you're doing door to door. When I did door to door, I remember exactly. My physical appearance was not the best. I would come into work with PJs and people would just shut the door in front of my face. It's because of my physical experience. I didn't dress the part. So your first impression is everything. Think about it like a job. If you were to hire someone, you're a consulting firm, and for Alex Armozy, for example, right? You have your brick and mortar store and someone comes in with PJs and a t-shirt or whatever it is, you're not going to want to hire this person. Why? Because they didn't take time to, get a fresh cut. They didn't take time to dress appropriate for the position. You have to understand your voice of inflection. How well can you use your voice? How well can you, manage your tone? How well can you communicate your offer to your market? How well can you do X, Y, Z? When you do this, you build authority right away. When you literally focus on building your physical experience and practice your voice, your tonality, you build authority before you even start the entire sales process. But I mean, the sales process starts with a salesman. But before you even pitch your service, before you even ask open-ended questions, you build authority off these two things: your physical experience as well as your voice of inflection. You need to understand this way to actually get people to actually listen to you is you have to speak less. I read a book. It was an auction article on McKinsey, and it stated if If you want people to listen to you more, if you want to build authority, you have to be able to say valuable things. You have to be able to say things that are actually going to change people's lives. Because have you ever seen people how they talk and talk and talk and just you can't get anything out of them? You can't, you know, you don't follow them because they look weak, they seem weak, the movements or whatever it is. You have to be able to understand how to change your tonality, how to talk better, how to say the words better. So by doing this, what I used to do back in 2021, 2020, is I would literally sit in front of a room, in front of a mirror and say words. I would literally say bed, table, clothes, sweater, sweatshirt. I would say it again and again and again. What does this? It built the habit of me talking better, communicating better. Essentially, when you do this to increase or even make better your voice, you have to record it. When you record it, what you want to do is you want to record yourself talking. How do you say certain words? How do you react when you say certain words? How do how do you say X, Y, Z? How do for example, right? As an example, um, how do I sound when I say the certain word? Next, what you want to do is you want to transcribe. So, what are some words that I struggle with whenever I'm speaking? Does the AI capture every single word correctly? Does whatever it is, what this does, it helps you see where you can improve. Again, self awareness is essentially the foundation to actually become better. The first part to you self improving is understanding you're not where you want to be. So you have to understand, you know what, I'm not where I need to be. I have to accept that. Where am I going wrong? Record what I'm going wrong with and improve. So essentially, again, that's literally how you're going to build authority in any business, in any field, whatever you're. If you're a janitor, if you're a CEO, you have to be able to practice these habits. So essentially, I call this the consulting method. So instead of pitching your service, I've known when I first did sales, actually, I remember my sales mentor would tell me to just pitch, yap, 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 yap about our service, and I would notice that people wouldn't be part of the conversation. It was just me talking. But sales is not about me, it's about the person in front of me and their problems. So, what a consultant really is someone who provides expert advice professionally. So, you're not a salesman, but you are essentially, but you're a consultant. You have to consult on the prospect. You have to say, you know what, this is what we can do for your specific problem. Boom, 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 boom. So, think about it like this: a doctor, right? When you go to the hospital, what do? They're always looking for symptoms, right? They're looking for ways, that wherever you're struggling with it, if you have a stomach pain, they're touching your stomach. Doctor touches your body part. Doesn't that make you realize how much more you need help? They also ask questions, right? They say, how long have you been feeling this way? What have you tried in the past? They're asking open-ended questions. They're seeing, okay, you know what, Gio, you have a stomach problem, you have a stomach pain. Let me see what I can do. Let me ask you a few questions. This is a good way to actually think about sales. It's a different perspective. I want you to think like an architect as well. What do they do for them to pitch their service, pitch whatever they're gonna do? They build blueprints. Did you know that 65% of people are visual learners? Visual representations help people learn quicker. Images, right? When we're reading and we're reading again and again, whenever I read a document and I'm constantly reading and I kind of my brain kind of fogs out. I'm like, oh man, it hurts. Then I see an image of a chart representing the data that I just read through. It helps me learn, helps me process information a lot quicker. So whenever I hop on sales calls, exactly what I'm doing right now. I provide a loom, I provide a some sort of blueprint, some sort of picture, some sort of images, some sort of pie chart, bar chart for them to say, okay, you know what, this I captured this data. It helps people understand the process a lot easier. What psychologists do is they use neuroscience. They dig and find the root of whatever your problem you're going through. Whenever you do this, you have to understand that this part is essentially the foundation of your entire sales process, right? You hop on a sales call, this person should have literally the same facial expression as SpongeBob does. The reason why this works well is, have you ever met someone and, you know, you guys build that relationship up, you guys build that foundation where you guys build that long lasting relationship. You eventually, in the future, you know what this person likes, and then you provide what this person likes. They're gonna have this face, they're gonna say, wow. For example, right, if your wife cooks you the meal you like, this is exactly how you're going to look. Oh my gosh, this person knows what I like. It increases the love, it increases the relationship, the bond, the empathy within you two people. So, your entire process, you need to understand once you build upfront value, you have to be able to ask open ended questions. Because when you build rapport, essentially what it does is it allows you to ask questions that aren't usually allowed. So instead of asking, do you like spaghetti, which is again a quantitative question, you have to ask a qualitative question. So with a do you like spaghetti, this question here is boring. It looks dry like a raisin. We want questions to look like a well done ribeye steak. So we have to change it up. We have to get our why. So instead of asking, do you like spaghetti? You have to say, what do you like most about spaghetti? The difference here is that we will get more than a yes or no answer. What we wanted to do is really focus on realizations. Realizations help us learn. This is why it's best to ask questions why and how. They extract the motive, they extract the strategy. Now here's a part where to show you. Now here's the part you show even deeper interest. So when you ask these open-ended questions, you're able to feel empathetic. So I understand how you feel. Again, us all it is an I understand. When you have sympathy, it messes up your entire sales process. The empathy is literally, again, I understand how I understand what you're going through, Jay. I understand what you're going through, John. I went through the same exact process and let me help you out. When you build that empathy, when you build that relationship up, the client feels heard. The client feels like they're part of something big. Actually, no one wants to be left alone. But remember when you were a kid and you had friends and they were playing soccer and somehow you were left out, right? No one wants to feel left out. You want to be part of something big. People want to be part of things. People want to be part of leadership roles. So that's what you're gonna do. You have to build all this empathy. You have to ask open-ended questions. You have to listen to what the person needs in order for you to make the client feel heard. Let the client be part of something big, and let the client be part of your relationship. So once you've done all this entire process, you've done it correctly, you've done the same exact process that I've done to actually close high ticket clients. What you want to do is you have to want to pitch the price. How you're going to do this is, again, you have to understand that uncomfortable situations help us grow. When I first started sales, I remember exactly how pitching the price was somehow uncomfortable for me and the client because, again, money is a touchy topic. It's something that people don't really go about. They don't tell everybody their finances. It's very personal. But the best thing that I can really tell you is as simple as it is, say it as it is. This will show your confidence in what you believe in. Do you believe in your product and service enough to say your price confidently? So we would sell a tier package when I first started sales, and I remember that our biggest package was like $70 and our smaller package was $35. You have to be confident in what you sell. So you have to say our bigger package includes XYZ. It is X dollars for 3 years. You have to say it as it is. Going to get objections, but the only way to actually overcome objections is to actually find the root. Because objections are excuses people make who are afraid of growth. So whenever someone says any sort of objection, my wife, my dog died, whatever it is, I need to think about it. You have to ask questions. Again, you need to find out what the root is. You have to find out what is exactly you need to think about. I heard Alex Hormozy say this the best. It's not time that'll get you to take action, but it's information about the product, the service. So you really have to find exactly what is it that they need to think about. So in order for you to be successful in this entire process, in order for you to pitch your product, in order for you to build empathy, the first thing you really need to do, the essential foundation of everything, is you have to prepare. You have to believe. You have to, have that physical appearance that is appealing to people. Because when you do this, if you're not prepared, your life is going to look like this. Who wants to work at a desk where there's pencils, calculators, sticky notes, wherever? It clutters up your mind. It messes up your mind. You're not able to focus on things that actually really matter. So you need to consider this, bro. Okay, your entire sales process is exactly like this. First you're born as a baby. Okay, cool, cool, you're cute, right? You're then, go to college, you're 18, you're living in college, you meet some friends, you go to parties, um you're drinking, you're clubbing, whatever it is, right? Then you become old, right? You become old. You're working as a janitor and you're miserable. You're really, really miserable because of what you did. What caused you to live in this area is because of all this. You were out partying, you were spending money, you weren't saving money on things that you actually needed. So you have to understand this. I'm gonna tell you something right now that I learned at a very, very young age, and I'm very thankful for this. So there was two kids, kid A and kid B. Kid A, they both go to the same school. Kid A came out of school and did his homework and then went out to play. Kid B went out to play first and then did their homework. So there's a message behind that. So if you want to close high ticket paying clients, what I want you to do is click the link down below. You will get this exact blueprint. I want you to use it. I want you to see how your entire sales process changes when you actually implement every single step.